Well, here's a little follow-up on the break-in. Pretty much we got about 30 minutes now on the engine. The first 15-20 minutes was breaking in the cam, getting the cam and the lifters to seat, and then also the rings to seat in the cylinders. And then we ran about another 2 times. So we got a total of 30 minutes on it. A couple little things, little adjustments. Somehow I can't find my synchro, so I couldn't synchronize the carburetors. So running the engine, it sounded a little bit rough, but once we find the synchro, then we can synchronize the dual carbs. The beauty of dual carbs that run wonderful and just do an amazing job unless they're a little bit out of sync. So let's go through the motor. So again, this is the 2054 for the Charity Dunebuggy. Right now, this exhaust system is just for testing it, for running it, testing it, getting it all running. Once we get it in the car, then we'll have the Dunebuggy exhaust on it and stuff. And the same is with the oil cooler and the oil filter and all this. This is all going to be underneath and in the back and all that stuff. So let's go through this. Leak number 1. And this is my little oil pressure gauge. So we had a little leak here. This is all coming off. That's just when I break in the motors and test them, and then once we put it all back together, this engine oil pressure will go directly to the case, and that won't leak. Leak number 2, a little bit concerning. So it got on the oil pump, which it goes out to the filter and stuff. That is got a little bit, and you can see we got a little bit here. So, you know, it's an old case. Everything will look good, but we might have to put the sand seal in it to take care of that. Other than that, this thing is dry as a bone. I mean, the valve covers underneath the case, all the push rod tubes, I mean, everything absolutely looks great. These are the new dual 40s. We got rid of the cooler. That's a doghouse cooler on the outside, because we're going to go with an external oil cooler. So we're using all the air pressure we can just to keep the 4 cylinders cool. So as you heard it, this is a 2054. It's a mini stroker. It's got the super stock heads on them, all nice heavy port and polish, 3-angle valve jobs. We went with solid 1-to-1 ratio rockers. We decided not to go with the ratio rockers 1-to-1, but it has a dual 40s. We did not upgrade the Venturis to the 34s, so we left the 28s in there. The reason we're doing that is we don't want this engine to just get into higher RPMs and always racing it. By leaving these with the 40s with the 28 Venturis, it's going to create a lot of torque at the low end, but it's going to keep the top end and the high revving out. So it's going to be a very solid, as from my testing, it looks like it's going to be in that very solid 5 to 5,500 RPMs, and it's going to kind of max out from there with the single springs we have in there. So this cam and this carburetor setup with the 94 pistons and a 8-to-1 compression ratio is just a great combination. Very, very, very happy with it. So there you go, little details. Charity engine. Now it's time to get working on the chassis. This chassis needs a little bit of love. So I decided to work on the motor. The transmission's being built for me up in Upper Michigan. So we got a lot of parts, but right now we're still cutting a lot of this away. Gonna reframe it and get that a little bit more solid than the original design, and beefing it up. So there you go on the Charity Dunebuggy. Let's go back to that engine again. It was sounding pretty epic from out here with this exhaust. So just want to state, very, very happy with it. This thing's good. Boom.